for medical assistance, and if you need to go to the pharmacy. But what is cool, they have actually this thing where you can have a ID that at the end of your ID, that's where the date you can't go out. You know, like if it's an even number, you can't go out on the day. So it's called Piqui Cellular.
Oh, wow, that's
Yeah, so
crazy.
it's quite
It's kind of a good system though.
yeah.
I mean, if you abide by it. I mean, there's some people that are meant to be in quarantine around here, and from what I've seen on the news, they don't abide by that. But
I know. I doubt, yeah, that can happen in Malaysia. But I mean, it's a good system. I think so far it's been working. It's just now we just have to keep safe and stay at home, make sure everything is in good form, and also
it,
cooking in the house. So I started cooking actually since the quarantine started. I actually cooked. I didn't cook before, so this challenge that I had with AIA, I actually did 3 meals and with 5 ingredients, and I was kind of surprised that I got to do it all at once. So I need
can you
to
talk me
get that.
through the Can you talk me through the 3 meals that you cooked?
All right, so I made an omelette souffle, and then for breakfast, teriyaki chicken for lunch, and also yeah, it was a potato lentil curry soup. So I did
Nice.
all of that by myself. No help needed. It was all in order. Nothing was burned in the house. I was very proud. But the experience was great. I didn't realize how, like, with 5 ingredients, you can cook such great meals. And it actually came out not too bad for an amateur like me, a beginner cooker or a chef. It came out well. So I'm very pleased with the result. And thanks for also taking on the challenge too.
Yeah, of
How was
course.
your
Well,
uh,
I'm a huge fan of eggs. So I did the egg
me
souffle.
too.
That was right up my alley. And it was very, very easy to make.
Yeah.
I actually didn't realize how easy it was till I did it. And the souffle was really fluffy, easy to eat. Didn't make me. I actually had it just before a training session, so it didn't make me feel real, real full, and it didn't make me feel heavy. So that was great.
Yeah, no, it actually fills you up. I realized that I made the portions enough for me because I eat so much when I was training. When I was competing in the pro tour, I was eating constantly. Every 2 hours, I had to fill myself up because I'm always working out and burning so much calories, and I feel that I need to refuel almost straight away. So I believe
Yeah,
on your side, you must have that feeling too. Like you just feel like you need to refuel as you, especially for guys, they metabolize so much faster as well.
yeah, no, definitely. When I was training maybe 2, 3 sessions a day, you
Yeah.
felt like you were constantly eating. I actually reverted back to smoothies and protein shakes a lot just because it's just so much easier. But what would you say were the main differences when you were competing to now and your difference in eating? I mean, like you obviously ate a lot more, but like what type of foods were
Um,
you eating
I
when you
think
were
that
competing?
sorry. I think the difference was, yeah, I did do the same, like 2 sessions a day, sometimes three. So it will go like 2 to 4 hours a day of training, and I just knew that my my body just needed to refuel, and I had my big breakfast and my big dinners. In the middle, I didn't have such a big meal because I was training straight away, so I didn't want to be
Yeah.
carrying this load, but I was killing it in dinner, and I would just have like a big meal and just stuff my face. But then now when I'm retired, my routine is a little different. I don't train as regularly, and I feel like I need to just tone it down, but also change my meal. So I eat bigger breakfast and a bigger lunch, and then have a smaller dinner so that because I'm not burning as much as I used to, that
Hmm.
made a big difference in how my body can still stay in shape and not go like a roly poly after, like athletes
Yeah.
do, like after they finish and retire. I just didn't want to be rolling around and eating the same amount because it's, yeah, you don't feel like you want to eat that same amount as well. And but how about you? Like, what was it like? You were in Japan for how long of your life, and you were competing there as well?
Yeah, I was there for 8 years, and the breakfast is very, very different from what I would normally eat on a game situation or a training day. So
Yeah.
they like to have a lot of raw fish in the mornings,
Ooh,
rice. They like rice in the mornings. Um, they like kind of like raw vegetables as well in the morning.
mhm.
Um, Noodles. They like noodles in the morning. And for me, in the mornings, I just like oats or like muesli, so natural muesli,
Mhm.
or and also my eggs as well. So those are my two main things that I have in the morning to eat. So it was a huge change for me when I arrived. Um, but the great thing about food in Japan is that everything comes in pretty small sizes. So their food portions relative to, I guess, how much people work out and stuff. It's a little bit harder when you're an athlete because you have to order like 2, 3 meals at one
Yeah,
sitting.
yeah,
But for the general population who might not be who aren't athletes, it's really good for looking after their body and making sure that they don't eat so many calories.
yeah. We forget that portion sizes are so important, and I actually also reduce my evening portions as well. So even if you probably eat the same thing, but just reducing the portions make a big difference in your intake, and you can control what you're having a bit better, even and enjoy a little bit on the side as well. So that, yeah, but especially like I think the change that was especially tough from coming from Japan to Malaysia. So that's great that you could make that adjustment. But how is it like um, eating health? Do you have days where you just like get tired of eating healthy or something, or you and what do you
I
do?
Yeah, I don't really you see, eating healthy is kind of like my lifestyle. So when
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, you're probably the same. It's sometimes you can relate it back to exercise. Some people are like, oh,
yeah,
don't you ever get sick of exercising? And I'm like, not really, no. I enjoy it, the same way that I actually enjoy healthy food.
mm-hmm.
Um, I know that it fuels my body and it's going to make me run more efficiently. So, but when I do because I feel like, look, I love burgers, I love fried chicken,
Yeah,
I love chocolate. It's
yeah.
just that when I have those items, I just have not, I don't go crazy on them. I just have a little
Yeah.
bit to fulfill that craving that I have inside.
Yeah, I think when I was, oh, I think I feel the same way when I was training. I felt that when I was training really hard and doing a big cardio session or squash session, I feel that I burn energy and my body tells me what to eat. So I'll eat more carbs, I'll eat more pastas or rice and potato. And then on a day where I have my gym session and the heavy weights, and then my body just tells me that my awareness of what I feel like eating, not chocolate, but what I feel like eating is like more protein. So I'll have my fish and my red meats and chicken to refill that on the day. So I go on a day to day thing, but I still find that your body once you get the awareness of what you're doing, especially with like training, then you really re-energize for the next day and replace what you miss. So
Yeah,
I believe
and
in
how
that for
important?
sure.
That's great. I mean, like, and I know that you're not a huge cooker,
Yeah,
so so
yeah, that's my new word.
so how did you feel when you had a selection of, red meat, white meat, and vegetables and pasta and rice? How would you go around picking what it was that you like to eat? Like, was it important how things were cooked?
Um, to be honest, before quarantine, I didn't cook pretty much at all. So when I was in Amsterdam, I was very fortunate that I had a squash club, squash city that really helped me with meals, good meals like full, balanced meals. So I have my salad, I'll have my rice, and I'll have my meats, and sometimes I'll have just a good big bowl, plate of salad and it's all balanced. I always
Yeah.
feel that I have a good meal, and that's what you get. But when I do try and maybe get some delivery, I'll pick the right things that works for me, and just keep to the basic stuff. To have my carbs, have my protein, and have my vegetables, and then once I can get all those in place, then I feel that okay, I did good. I'll have my like healthier snacks. So I'll have some nuts in between, or some crackers, like healthy crackers with some dips on the side. So yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I mean, your diet sounds pretty balanced, especially when you're competing. And
Yeah.
and has that changed much now that you're not competing?
And now it's a lot different, because now I'm starting to cook more. I feel a bit better. I actually feel like I'm saving, and I'm also eating healthier. I get to choose what I have in the house to actually make something, and it's fresh, and you feel like it goes into your system so much better, and it sits there just fine. So I think that's been really helpful. My breakfast, as always, I always cook my breakfast, so
What do you
that's
have? What do you have? Tell me what you have.
well, right now it's quite early in the morning, so I'm gonna have a good egg breakfast later with some toast on the side and some fruits. So I always have my
Nice.
fruits to just make sure I have my fibers in, and just to get that vitamins up.
Nice, nice. And how do you prefer your eggs in the morning? I mean, do you make
Oh,
an egg souffle every morning, or how do you
no,
what's your
no,
favorite type of egg?
no. No, I will make either fried eggs or scrambled eggs.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'll do the both. But yeah, that's one of my two favorite. But actually, all kinds of eggs is my I would love it like in the mornings. But so like, why don't we just crank it up a little, and let's do some fire questions. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
sure
ask.
thing.
I have a list for you. I don't know if you have a list for me.
Okay,
Probably
yeah.
I'll probably give it a go and see how how go. All right, let's do it.
I'll answer these as fast as I can.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Do your best. Don't worry. All right, are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready, always ready.
Okay. All right, number one. First cooking memory.
I'm making cereal. I had to always
Is
do
that
it before
considered
school.
cooking?
No, well, that's the earliest memory I have with food.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
I'd have to like make cereal. It's quite a funny story actually. I'd have to make cereal, make it real quick. Had to make cereal, and I didn't like eating in the mornings, but my parents were adamant that I had to eat something before school. So I'd make the cereal, and then I'd throw it in the sink and spiral it around and waste food. It was terrible, but that's my earliest cooking memory.
Okay. That's a nice memory. Hopefully it's a good one for you though. Nice, good to hear. All right, the second one is favorite recipe to make on an off day.
Ooh, favorite recipe? Anything Mexican. I love nachos. Nachos are great.
Oh,
Yeah,
me too. Me too. Anything Mexican for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, hands up to
Hands up
that.
to that.
Good one. So Mexican it is. All right, third one. If you could have lunch with anyone, who would it be?
Will Smith.
Sorry.
Will Smith.
Oh, right, right. I've been following him, and he's been onto his TikTok a lot.
Yeah, yeah. He's
It's really cool.
he's just got onto he only got onto social media like this year on Instagram anyway, and
Yeah,
it's he's bloody
he's
amusing.
amazing.
But I just love the fact that he was a DJ singer and then went from television to movies, and he can pretty much seems like he can do anything.
Yeah, he's such a rock star, and like so chill, and yeah, I really love Will Smith too. So yeah, good choice.
Nice.
All right, number four. Favorite salad dressing.
Roasted sesame dressing. I fell in love with that when I from Japan. They pretty much put it on cabbage. They
Yes,
drench cabbage. Yeah,
is that what it's called? Roasted sesame dressing.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's
yum.
delicious.
I love it too. I think I can just have that salad dressing on everything, like, and just say
Yeah,
like I'm having a salad.
that and also Japanese. Like it's not a dressing, but Japanese mayo is like amazing
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. Good one. Good one. All right, the fifth one: noodles or rice. This could be a tough one.
Oh, if I could have one for the rest of my life, it'd probably be rice.
Rice. Yeah.
Probably rice. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably have rice too. I do love noodles, but like you say, rest of your life, yeah, rice
Yeah.
is.
Rice for life,
Alright.
man. Rice for life.
Rice for life, yeah. All right, I think I'll remember that for the rest of my life. Keep the rice. All right, the next one is, what's your favorite restaurant?
Ooh, favorite restaurant. Mm, I
Anywhere in
like
the
to
world, or whether it's
anywhere in the world.
Malaysia.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, there used to be this cute little lunch place that I ate at my old rugby club. So you go down and you get pretty much like a set lunch meal, and it was only uh, like 7 ringgit, I guess you could call it. So cheap, and it was like my go-to after a big training. Wasn't it? The thing I liked about this place was that you never knew what you're going to get. So
Yeah.
you'd go down to this cafe restaurant, this little tiny hut, and there were only ever two things on the menu, and you had to choose between the two, and it was like a lucky dip. So that's I love that. I love that. That's probably one of my favorite restaurants that I miss.
Cool. It's like a surprise lunchbox, so you just like see what you get.
Kind of, yeah. You never know. You never know what you're gonna get.
Oh, I love Japan. I really want to go and maybe try out that place you're just talking about. So next time.
Next time,
All right.
I'll send you the address.
Yes, yes. All right. The next question is, go-to meal when you have no idea what to eat.
Mince on toast with scrambled eggs.
Very nice.
Pretty specific, but yeah, it's like mince is so easy to cook, and then I just have it on toast with like avocado and eggs.
Yeah, minced meat, right?
Yeah, so like beef
Yeah.
or lamb, beef mince usually. Yeah.
Yeah. I that's also good for Mexican food. Like
Exactly, yeah, and adding in beans and putting the eggs on top is just a huge protein source.
yeah, love it already. All right. The next one. What's the weirdest food you've ever eaten?
Turtle.
Turtle. Was that in China?
Turtle. Nah, that was here in Malaysia.
No way.
I got tricked into eating it. It was terrible. Well, not really tricked. I went to a restaurant with my uncle, and he goes, "Oh, have some of this," and it was just like, kind of like hoisin sauce kind of color. So I had some, and then he goes, "Do you like it?" And I said, "Yeah, it's it's a little bit soft and chewy, but it's good." And then he goes, and I said, "What is it?" And he said, "Oh, it's over there in the fish tank," because he didn't know what it was called. He doesn't speak much English.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
He's like, "Over there in the fish tank," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." Look in the fish tank, and there was eel. And I've had had eel before in New Zealand. So I was like, "Oh, eel. This doesn't really taste like eel though." And he goes, "No, no, no, the one next to it." And I said, "The one next to it? What's that?" He said, "The turtle." And he's like, "Yeah, the turtle." And I was like, "Oh no, no, what are you doing to me?"
No, that when people they couldn't explain the same time. I think I had turtle the exact same way in China, and they were saying, "Oh, this looks great! Like it's black pepper something." And then we saw these parts of like the shell, and we're going, "What is it?" And they're like, "No, it's like this thing that moves on the floor, but it swims and moves." And then we go like, "Okay," and then it tastes like fishy chicken, so we go, "This is not normal." And then slowly my friends started like tasting the shell, and we're like, "No."
Oh no.
Yeah, that's that. So I think it's a similar experience to you. So yeah, turtle.
Was that the weirdest thing? What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
I think that as well. That
Turtles.
turtle, and yeah, and it was duck's tongue. It was the same meal.
Oh.
We had duck's tongue and turtle. So
What? Remind me not to go to that same restaurant.
yeah, it was in China, in Shanghai, I think at the time. But yeah, no, we have a very like mutual experience. All right, so weirdest food check, same as us. So the next one is, if you could eliminate one food so no one could ever eat it ever again, what would you destroy?
Oh, one food to destroy. Would it be very Malaysian of me to say durian? No, no.
I would totally agree that.
Oh, would you? Oh.
Yeah, I think that, or maybe just kill the smell, and if they like having it, go ahead. But
Just kill
Yeah,
the smell of
kill
durian.
the smell.
Yeah, there's no food actually that I don't like. Like I don't like raw onions, but I'll eat onions when they're cooked. So there's no food that I
Okay,
really despise.
all right. No, that already the first one. I already accepted it, so don't worry. All right. Last question. Um, Favorite grocery item while shopping?
Chocolate ice cream.
Chocolate ice cream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I guess I was thinking like the next question. I was thinking sweet, salty, or sour, but I think sweet is kind of like your choice.
Oh, I prefer sweet. If that wasn't obvious by my, if that wasn't obvious by my favorite grocery item, my,
I
I've
know
actually
that's
just
why.
discovered, yeah, I've actually just discovered the frozen Snickers ice cream.
Ooh.
So
Not a
yeah, it's
deep
pretty
fried one.
delicious. No, not the deep fried one. No, I don't like deep fried ice cream actually. It's not one of my favorites.
Yeah, no. Better fresh from the fridge.
Yeah, yeah, nice, especially on a hot day. But awesome, nice questions. They were good questions, pretty good questions.
Uh,
Um,
Thank
luckily
I
I
tried.
prepared some for you as well. I prepared some for you because I
Ooh,
thought that
okay.
thought it's
Let me get
best.
my tea, so I'll get ready.
All
All right,
right,
let's go.
so all right. Worst cooking fail.
When I was in school, we had this thing called KH, which is Kemahiran Hidup, so like life skills, and I had
Yep.
to learn how to cook a cake, and the cake came out like a hard cake, like a cookie. I don't think it was enough,
like a
so it
brick.
was actually like flat, and then like you can't even cut it so well.
Oh
So
no.
that was I did try it, and it seemed fine as long as you think it's a cookie instead of a cake. Then you change your approach to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my.
How old were you then?
I think I was, and that's not even old. Young. I think in already secondary school. Yeah. So that's already showing my efforts on cooking skills.
Yeah, well, and I guess it didn't really encourage you either having a
No,
result like that, I guess.
no, no. I'll probably choose making cereals better.
Nice.
I would mess
Yeah.
it up.
All right, question number two.
Yeah.
Weirdest place that you've eaten?
Weirdest place that I've eaten. In the jungle. I went
Oh yeah.
like jungle trekking somewhere. They were saying, "Oh, that's a great restaurant up," and we had to go up this deep jungle and I ate something. Yeah, I ate a good meal there. I
How
think it
long
was
was the
when
hike
I
up to the
had a trip
jungle?
in South America and Panama. It was like a
Nice.
1 hour trip, and it was like all rocky and bumpy and yeah, but all
What
worth
was
it.
it tiring?
Yeah.
Nice.
No,
Was it
it was fine.
tiring
It's
to, was it, I mean
actually it
like
was just a
oh,
normal van. I didn't
oh,
walk
okay,
up.
that's good.
I took a van up, so it was like
You took a
4
van
to
up.
go up. So
Oh.
yeah, yeah. I didn't walk up. No.
Okay, okay. All right. So third question. What's your favorite dessert?
Yeah. My favorite dessert is all the kueh in Malaysia. I love my kueh Malaysia.
Oh yeah, I love kueh
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
I'm not a big sweet tooth, but
Oh.
when it comes to some of the kuehs, I can't stop eating them.
Yeah, and only I mean like they're only really available once a year, or
Mm, you
like
have to go to the
properly
market.
available.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I
the
love going to the market.
marketplace. In Penang, there's a few more. Like my mom always goes to the market and gets all these like new kueh for me to try every morning after dinner. That's me being spoiled when I go back home. Yeah.
Oh well, you gotta get spoiled when you come back, and you're not often back here, so your mum's
Yeah,
gotta
that's
take care
true.
of you.
I'll
All
take
right,
it when
yeah, exactly. What's your favorite cuisine?
Malaysian food. Ta-da.
Now, what about Malaysian food? Like, which type of Malaysian food
Of
is your
Malaysian
favorite?
food. Penang food.
Penang food. Well, you're
You
not
know,
biased at all, are you?
no, no, no. No, I'm not a true Penangite at all. No.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And so with your favorite cuisine, what would you say breakfast, lunch, or dinner would be your favorite time to eat?
I used to love dinner. I used to wait for after my big training session, but now coming to think of it, I like my breakfast. So I have time to not rush to go to training. So I spend more time at breakfast now and really eat a good meal to start the day.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
It's funny how like it's reversed from when you were an athlete and
Yeah.
now to like when we just, I guess, retired or kind of not in the arena anymore. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. Definitely change.
All right, still going through these rapid fire
Yeah.
questions. A dish that reminds you of your childhood.
Well, not a dish, but my mom's egg salad sandwich. She used to make that every time when I went before going to school for breakfast, and also sometimes for before going to a cool like picnic or get together. She always make this special egg sandwich
What was so
for us.
special about the egg sandwich?
Got I think the mom's touch, you know, that extra little bit of love with the egg salad sandwich. So when I think about it, it makes me miss home as well.
Yeah, that's nice. That's very good.
Yeah.
And what's a dish that you, I mean, like obviously relatively new to cooking, so what's a dish that you'd like to try one day to make?
I would like to try a Peruvian ceviche. I love
Oh
the
yeah,
fish. Yeah, and I just wonder how they get it so well balanced with the flavors, and it doesn't seem like they cook anything. They just put the fish there and they say, "Oh,
no,
just put lime and that's it." So I
that's
went,
it. Yeah,
yeah.
pretty much. I mean,
So I hope one day I can learn how to make Peruvian ceviche.
yeah, I mean ceviche. The best thing about ceviche is that like everything's raw,
Yeah,
so you don't actually need
yes,
to cook anything, which is the best
exactly.
part.
The lime does the work. They say
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
they say.
And as long as you've got a nice fish as well, I mean, you'll
Yeah.
be fine.
Yeah, that's the
Awesome.
problem. I don't know how to find like proper fish, so you may have to teach me how to do that next time.
Go to the supermarket and be like, best fish that you've got.
Yeah, and the freshest one you got.
Yeah, that's right. It's got to be fresh.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
so from Penang, obviously, what's your favorite Malaysian dish in Penang?
I always love my char kway teow. I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
go without having my char kway teow before leaving Malaysia. So that is my favorite dish,
That's
Malaysian dish.
nice. Yeah. And I had one the other day, like a duck egg
Oh
char
yeah,
kway teow. It's a good
have
one.
to
What
be
are, what
duck
are
egg.
the, what,
Have to be duck
it
egg.
has to be duck egg.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
only one. The
Yeah,
only one that
only
you can
one
have.
type with extra chili and yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is a dish that you're secretly awesome at making?
Well, come to think of it, tacos. I love making
Tacos.
the minced beef. So I'm really
Yep.
with my minced beef too, and it's really easy to put the tacos together, and I make a mean taco.
And you're a mean taco. That's cool. That's very cool. Like you said, I told you as well that mince is so easy to make, isn't it?
I know. And it tastes so good. You put everything in, and it just works. It just works.
Yeah, it's awesome. Now, if you were to have like some foods that are good to pair, like for example, peanut butter and jelly, what are some foods that you love that you pair together?
That's a weird pairing, is it? Like,
Well, yeah, that might be a bit weird. I mean, like some people think peanut butter and jelly, peanut butter and jam is a bit weird. I don't really think it's that weird. But like,
okay,
what
me,
is there anything on your side?
mm, I just started to really get into a bit more sweets, and I have some arequipe, which is caramel,
Yeah.
in Colombia, and then when I have my popcorn, like fresh popcorn with a little salt, I'll eat my popcorn and have some caramel, like small bits of caramel, and just like scoop it and go and mix it in my mouth.
Yeah.
So my
Right. So
combo of caramel and salty popcorn, but I'm the mixer, so I don't mix it.
you don't mix it. You don't just
I
drizzle
don't
all
just
over the
chuck it
popcorn.
over. I just, yeah, it's just bits and pieces. So I enjoy the savoring the moment with the mix.
Nice. I mean, like, I guess that comes down to portion control as well. You can
There you
portion how
go.
much you put onto it, so
There you go.
that's
If
good.
not, it would be too easy to just chuck the whole caramel
Yeah,
thing in there, and I'm
yeah,
just like, no, it's out. So it's just 1 spoon. I make sure I ration it 1 spoon for this lot of popcorn.
it's good. That's
Yeah,
smart. That's very smart.
thank you. I learned.
All right, last question. What's
Mhm.
a food that you've been trying to like but just can't like? Is there any food?
I I don't know how to say it, but it's that black sausage. You know, it's the black sausage that it has. They call it
Oh,
like
from
blood sausage.
Scotland.
Yeah,
From
what's it?
it's oh, it's yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's made
Yeah.
out of pig's blood.
Yes. Yeah, that
Yes.
I try it a few times, and I've eaten everything and I've tried everything, but I still can't get over eating. That's why
Uh,
it's not the
I
best.
think, yeah, I mean, yeah, I've had it before as well. I had it in Scotland, and
Yeah,
it was, yeah, it's got an acquired taste,
a
but I
quiet
think
taste.
if you mix it with everything else that's on the plate, you can't really taste
Yeah,
it.
that's true. Like you just sort of camouflage with your other foods and
Yeah.
see like nothing happened. So yeah, that's the only thing. But other than that, I eat everything. I really like to try new foods and now trying new recipes as well at
That's
home.
good.
So.
I hope you continue on with that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't know. One day we'll have a cook-off or something. Who knows? I know you'll be leading, but you can teach me. You have to be the guide for sure.
Always a pleasure to teach. Always a pleasure. That's
Thanks.
good.
And when you were like cooking at home, like with and also eating healthy, when you the benefits of it is mostly like being healthy, but then has it impacted you in some ways or surprising ways in your life, whether it's like your yeah from just cooking at home and eating healthy, has it impacted you in some ways?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was brought up on home cooked food.
Yeah.
My parents owned a cafe for 15 years, so I kind of grew up in a kitchen, and so I find cooking quite therapeutic. You know, when I've had a stressful day, you know, I don't mind coming home and actually cooking a meal because and then I always feel like I enjoy the meal so much more because I put effort into it, you know, or I made it. So that's a benefit on my behalf anyway, that it kind of de-stresses me from a long day. Not only that, I know exactly what's going into my food because I'm cooking it. So all the health benefits, you know, if I find that sometimes when you go out and have you know, you could have a really delicious meal, but you don't know how much oil is being used in it, how much salt they put,
Yeah.
or MSG even, because, and let's face it, MSG is delicious, and you don't even, you know,
It makes it
it's,
delicious.
you know, it makes it delicious, but it's not good for you. So,
Yeah.
you know, I enjoy cooking at home a lot. Um, so yeah, it's
Yeah.
benefited
I,
me in that way. It helps fuel my body as well, you know,
mhm.
through all the training that I still do. And it also sets an example for the other people around me as well.
Yeah, I think it just I think just hearing your story just gives you a peace of mind, like what is going in your meals, and you have control over it as well. And I think for your well-being, it just gives your and you have fun with it, so you enjoy cooking. I think that your approach to home cooking is like something that you are like looking forward to do to just get you started. So I think that's just a passion that I think we all have to start approaching like home cooking. Yeah, let's do it. So I think I started doing that a little bit more here when I'm looking for a new recipe and I want to try it out. And when you actually succeed at doing something and it actually comes out good, you get a kind of a fulfillment in that.
Yeah.
And I know that my body is also getting something really healthy and good because I didn't put so much oil, like you said. I didn't add too much salt. I just had enough. So and no MSG. Just to make sure no MSG.
Have
So
you
yeah,
found
I think.
obvious? Have you found that trying out these new recipes has it given you a new perspective on yourself and also maybe a new perspective on cooking?
Yeah, definitely. After my fail cake cooking, I think I kind of strayed away from cooking, and when I was away, I did very very basic stuff. So anything that is like within 10 minutes, that's not even considered a meal, but anything in 10 minutes, I'm happy because I want to eat it straight away. But now
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
time. I can really sit like and find those, like, know that I have the confidence that I actually can take it on, and it's not that difficult. You can just follow the instructions, and it actually comes out good. So I'm gaining more confidence in taking new recipes and trying it out, and now I do it more on a day-to-day basis, and it makes me feel good. I definitely have a different perspective of myself as thinking, oh, I can be a good chef one day. No, I'm just kidding.
That's right. That's right.
For
Maybe you can
myself.
be
For
maybe you
myself.
could be a world champion chef one day.
No, 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 no. No, no. I can eat well, but I'm just happy that that's helping me with now my lifestyle, and I feel good with that. And how about, like, when with your fitness regime with cooking at home and eating healthy? How does that fit into your program and your fitness regime?
Well, it comes in hand, you know. A lot of the time, uh, for example, clients that want to lose weight, you can't just keep exercising and
Yeah.
feeding the same food sources in your body. You know, you have to really adapt the way that you eat.
Mm-hmm.
You have to adapt to more nutritious foods. So it's it comes hand in hand, and the faster people learn that, then the faster they'll have a better lifestyle and healthier eating habits. So for myself, um, I always use this analogy when I'm talking to others about food. I'm like, okay, if you were a vehicle, if you were a sports car, what sports car would you be?
Like,
Go, I'm gonna ask you, what
okay.
sports car would you be?
Yeah, well, my Mercedes sports car.
Your Mercedes sports car. Okay,
Yeah.
now with your Mercedes sports car,
Yeah.
pretend that is your body.
Okay.
Okay, so you're a Mercedes sports car. Would you put diesel petrol into your Mercedes sports car?
No, I will. I will put the right petrol that I need to get in there, and a quality one. Yeah.
Exactly, you know, so that's
Yeah.
going to fuel your car efficiently and it's going to make sure that it runs nicely. So that's the same
Yeah.
way I say talk about food with people. You know, that if you want to fuel your body efficiently, then make sure you put the right types of food into your body.
Yeah, yeah, I believe so. Who you are is what you eat, I guess. So it's really exactly that. And I feel the difference too. Like, just as this few months, I've been feeling like more energized when I have my home cooked food, and
That's
I'm
good.
also, yeah. So yay, yeah. The challenge helped. So I think doing that challenge really gave me a sense of, like, okay, maybe I can push my comfort zone and try a few other things. So
Yeah, well, I think it's great that cooking has given you a newfound confidence.
yeah,
Um, well, I mean, like, I guess if you were to give a tip to someone that was just starting out to cook, what would you say to them?
I would say, like, don't worry about burning the house down. It's okay. I think that's the first worry that someone gets in their mind. Like, oh, I really don't want to mess up. Like, you're gonna, like, I think that's but it's okay. You're not gonna burn anything. It's just gonna. You just have to take something from YouTube, or and just try it out. There's some things also, like, AIA has shared. Like, I've also tried their recipe, so it's been great. So I think these things, you just have to give it a go, and And it's so much better for you as well. You are out there picking your own ingredients. And it's gonna be fun, and you don't realize it's actually gonna be a lot of fun, and it may be a passion of yours too. Once you try one, you will try another one. So that I encourage a lot of, more people to just give it a shot, and don't fear the YouTube recipes, because there's some simple ones that you can just pick on and come out and you can make a great meal and look like a top chef.
That's right. I mean, like the recipes from AIA and that food challenge, they all only have 5 ingredients.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I think that's amazing because, well, actually, the egg souffle only had like 3.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so
I know.
I think that would definitely be a good starting point for a lot of people to try something very easy first. Try something
Yes.
with minimal ingredients. But yeah, don't be afraid for sure to give it a go. YouTube does have some good, like you could type easy recipes to cook and it'll come up with a million.
I know.
But people should
I know.
definitely try AIA's 3 meals first that you tried. I mean, if you can do it, surely anyone can do it, right?
Exactly, exactly. If I can do it, I think the rest of the world can take it on. And it's really easy. It was very yummy as well. I didn't even know like making a chicken teriyaki chicken or just like those simple ingredients. So and it's healthier that way. So I'm very happy that I learned so much from this experience, and also for those who actually like took on the challenge. Thanks for actually trying out the food as well. I saw some great meals on Instagram and showing off your cuisine. So thanks so much for taking on the challenge. Also, if you all want to try it out, go for it. Those 3 meals and 5 ingredients. And to like we're gonna kind of wrap things up a little, and I just wanted to ask one last question to you, Mark. If you had to cook one meal for the rest of your life and that's all you can eat, what would it be?
Oh, it'd be a traditional like roast chicken with vegetables and like roast potatoes.
But every
It's
day, can you eat that every day?
yeah, I could. I mean, I could. I mean, I'd definitely get sick of it. I mean, you need variety. I consider myself a pretty functional eater.
Yeah.
So I don't really eat too much for like taste, even though I know what good food tastes like. If I know that a if I know that a meal has all the nutrients that I need to either recover from training or like fuel me for the day, I'll eat that like till kingdom come, pretty much. So,
Awesome.
roast chicken with vegetables and roasted potatoes as well. It reminds me of back home, in New Zealand as
Yeah,
well.
that's
Yeah,
good.
like I grew up a bit. It'd be a special meal, where in my family, like for a Sunday or it might be Christmas time. We'd kind of get that something like that. So
Yeah.
real nostalgic feelings there.
Awesome.
And what
Awesome.
and what about yourself?
I'm
If
just
you could
looking.
have one meal.
If I had one meal, I think I will stick to eggs. I would just
Eggs.
have, yeah,
Would you have
because I
eggs on
think that's,
toast?
oh yeah, I have to, if I can, yeah, definitely eggs on toast. Yes.
Definitely eggs on toast. And what
Yeah.
about um so what white bread or brown bread?
Uh, I have moments where I have either or. I think it depends on what I'm really eating it with. Sometimes I have
Yeah.
more brown bread. During my when I'm touring or when I'm in different places in the world, like in Europe, I love their brown breads. And then when white bread, sometimes it's just easy, accessible. I can have that, and it's fast. So
Mm,
I think it all depends on where I am and what is coming my way. So.
it's very true. Very true.
So
The
I was actually just looking at some people say giving some comments. They said like dishes is the headache part. Doing dishes is
yes,
don't worry, Jasper, it's okay. You can manage. It's not gonna be long. I managed to do these 3 meals and it takes quite fast. And yeah, thanks Thanks for all
That's
your
good.
comments, everybody. Someone
Really
from
appreciate the support and
yeah. Apish was saying, someone Apish saying, "Yo, we have 2 of my fave stars in the house."
yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah,
funny
no,
you just before
it's
when
been
you
cool.
we've been talking about food and
Can you hear me?
sorry, the
Sorry.
internet cut out for a second. Is everything right? Okay. Yep, I
Yeah,
can hear you now. I can hear you now.
all right. You were asking a question?
See, yeah. So I see someone else has a comment there about any cheat days, and if yes, what do you eat? Do you have cheat days?
Me? Um, at the moment, I have kind of a cheat day on Sundays, but I don't call it a cheat day. I call it my pizza Sunday. So
Ah, there we go. There we go.
yeah,
I like that. A
so it's
pizza
it's
Sunday.
not a cheat day, but I say it's my pizza Sunday.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Oh, look, I'm looking at
smoothie legend.
the.
Smoothie is legend. Nia Hakifa.
Do you So I'm actually really good friends with Rachel Arnold. Do you know her?
Sorry.
I'm actually really good friends with Rachel Arnold, who plays
Okay,
squash as
yeah.
well.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and I'm going to tell you a funny story about her, and
All
she's
right.
probably going to hate me for it. Okay, so your favorite meal is eggs on toast, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, as you know, when you're at MSN, all the sports come together and we eat at the same dining hall.
Yeah.
Something that I saw her do was she would put jam on toast,
I've seen that.
and then you've seen it. Where have
Yeah.
you seen it?
I find it so crazy. I'm thinking, Rachel, what are you doing? Jam and toast, right? And egg, is it?
Yeah, and eggs.
And then it's like all around her toast, and I go like, Rachel, what are you up to? And this is like during our team events, and she'll be coming, and yeah. So yeah, thanks Rachel for being
That's right.
being a story in our session.
It's
But
funny.
no, that's classic. Yeah, sorry to cut you, but I just remembered Rachel and her jam and
it's so funny.
yeah. No, well, I think I feel it's just great that it's very clear that how your experience has showed you that cooking at home is so good for you, and eating healthy is really easy to do in many ways. And for those AIA Vitality members, you can actually get 10% off from your fresh fruits and also vegetables at Jaya Grocer. So you can start cooking now. Why not? And you get discount as well.
It's a great initiative. It's a really
Yes.
great initiative, and
Yes.
it'll make things even though it's already cheap enough to cook at home. I think people will know now that with extra 10% off, you might as well get down to Jaya Grocer and buy more fruit and veg.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been great. Thanks so much, Mark. I had such a great time hanging with you, and those rapid fire questions was a treat. So I look forward to catching up with you in Malaysia one day, and maybe you can show me some rugby moves, and also we can have
Yeah,
a
I'd love to.
that.
That's awesome. That's really really awesome. Please be safe over in Colombia.
Yes.
I know that you're not the only country in lockdown, so please be safe over there, and stay healthy, and try some more recipes. Try some more recipes, okay?
I will. I'll do my
Awesome.
best. Thanks so much
That's
for
great.
your time, and we'll see you soon. Keep
Very
safe.
welcome. See you later. Take care. Bye.
Bye. So thanks for hanging with us, and it's been great fun. I really enjoyed all the stories that Mark has shared with us, and how we can actually eat healthy, and cooking at home has so much benefits for your well-being and your health as well. So take care. I hope to see more of your cooking experiences on Instagram, and also follow AIA's recipes when they come out. Take care and stay safe. See you soon. Bye.